fact they were even considering it at least makes it interesting for the long run. But we're here to start things off, Harry. Train, MVP on the T side, ALPHA Red up against them. Underdogs, the StrafeApp users voting 88% in favor of MVP. And with some of the names on this roster, I'm not too surprised. Let's see if ALPHA Red can put them to the test.
Yeah, ALPHA Red will be starting over on this CT side. And you can already see MVP lining up this utility into the A bomb site. I'll go ahead and throw that first smoke down to try and block off the connector. Also one down for Ivy now. Olivia peeking over the top of this smoke could actually look to do a hell of a lot here. They get into the bomb site, but they still haven't found a kill yet over on the side of MVP. Finally, that bomb plant looks to come in, but Fox is playing well within the bomb site. Oh, where's this? Where's this man come from? 3 kills for him. Olivia's helped out. And HSK left up, but he's been deleted as well. ALPHA Red find that pistol, and they take it convincingly.
Yeah.
Big round from Foxes with a 3K there inside of the bomb site.
I mean, messy from MVP, right? Both times that bomb was attempted to be planted, no one was covering the bomb train. No one was watching out for Fox. We had a player watching, back green, checking the smoke, looking for a player on the boost. I mean, every position but the position that Fox came from. Very nice work from him. Great shots, but yeah, it's got to be coming down to MVP missing their mark.
I love the name 789. I like, even though I've seen it written down, I only just realized that that's numbers in it.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because, 789, Hugo. 789.
Thanks.
As in,
I wasn't sure.
Chow down on that number 9.
Juicy. Well, this is going to be juicy. A bit of a B-rush bonanza. MyRolls is looking to take his rolls, and Olivia's going to steal the ball. MyRolls getting 1, 4K for Olivia, and ALPHA Red shut it down. Nice early, 2-0 start. MVP, of course, just going with Glocks, but now come the guns. Yeah, you got to keep an eye on when things do heat up a bit, because there's nothing worse than when you get sweat in my rolls, like... I don't know where I'm going with this. That is actually just awful. The worst, isn't it? The mental picture you're giving me right now, 9 in the morning, it's not the one I wanted.
My Harry folds.
Your what?
Like Terry fold? Nah, never mind. It's all good, man.
My Harry folds.
Not Harry folds.
My Harry folds.
Well, let's see, man. Zeph is over here outside of B. And actually, MyRolls has gone aggressive here up through ramp. He's taken up this aggressive stance over the top of the smoke. And now Zeta is here to keep an eye on this. Thing that MyRolls is going to have to try and deal with is he's very much alone. And now that this smoke fades, granted he hasn't been spotted, and that in and of itself could have been a bit of a win, but he actually decides to back away. And the fact he's able to get away with his life there and not get thrown into that early 2v1 could end up being a bit of a blessing here for ALPHA Red.
Especially considering it looks like MVP want to hit B. They've got a solo Ivy lurk and no other control towards T-Con. Right now pressuring PopDog, but this does look like it's going to end in a B play. So MyRolls' aggression has gotten them a lot of early time in their favor. Wasted many moments for MVP, who are about to walk into this B site.
And you can see over on the picture-in-picture there, Zine, you mentioned that Ivy flank. He's in position here. Now he's throwing in that utility, and that's going to keep 3 players over towards this A bomb site. So these rotations will take a while to come in. Now they get spotted moving up through the rafters, and it is Zeph to open up. This bomb now goes down inside of the B bomb site. Zeph doubling up before Foxes comes in with that trade. Zine on the wrap round. And Olivia shutting down 1. Now, they are still aware that this Ivy flank could be coming in, and actually... See that a player moving into CT tries to keep an eye on it. It's KNTZ getting dropped by Zayn on that flank. For Foxes and Olivia, there's still a chance they can get this bomb defused. I think MVP are anticipating the save. Stax has pushed up towards the connector, and he will get that kill. But Foxes is inside the bomb, so he doesn't have a kit, so it's the full 10-second defuse. Not going to happen, sadly, but I mean, there was a world in which that gets a little bit out of hand. Sadly, no kits do cause some problems there.
That player in the connector actually watching CT spawn rather than watching for the push up on the bomb site. I don't really blame them considering they just lost 1 in spawn to that lurk, but yeah, getting caught out. If he wins that fight, maybe ALPHA Red win the round, but without it, no kit, 1 on 3 on the bomb site, and it is going to go the way of MVP. So actually breaking the money of ALPHA Red, this is kind of a surprise, especially to see on Train, a team going for an eco so early on, but I actually kind of like it. Foxes has enough money to buy up that AWP, and everyone was going to be able to get rifles with the exception of Olivia, who still will be able to get a rifle, is going to struggle in other departments. Either way, pretty sizable investment in the following round. It means they are not putting too much pressure on themselves with a force bite. When you're the underdog as well, it can be rough. So, giving it a moment. That's where MVP can close things up to 2-2 and just spreading out for a default in this round.
I actually like this buy as well from ALPHA Red, right? You look at it, they had money to invest. They could have had rifles out, but they would have been lacking the utility. You could have even had the AWP purchased up by Foxes. And I feel like a lot of teams might have taken that risk, right? That you immediately lose that first rifle round. You want to be buying back. You attempt that bonus. But I like the restraint. And now if they're able to get a couple of kills on the back of it, juggle some of these guns around, then maybe there's a chance for ALPHA Red here. My rolls are just straight up through ramp. Doubles down with the CZ and MVP. Whatever they had planned has all been thrown into chaos. Because look at this flank. Look at Foxes and Olivia. They're pushed all the way in through Maid. They're wrapping around behind MVP. And as they try and drop, they could all get shut down. Sure, they find Foxes, but it's Olivia who can now just swoop in and shut this entire round down. But no, Zeta's checked it.
He was looking towards the floor. You don't need to do that. You can climb down the ladder without looking vertically downwards. Now this is all getting called into question. There's another flank. Myrolls is still here in the pop dog, and low HP means one shot's all he needs. Zeta in a 1-on-3 now against pistols, but guns being picked up, and first one he finds is going to take his head. ALPHA Red with a third round here on the CT side. Surprising and upsetting with a low buy.
What a round from KNTZ and Myros. Myros with that double push up through ramp. You know, getting the first, that was not like a free kill, but it pretty much was, right? This player falling back.
It's the hesitation.
Yeah,
he hears the footsteps. Instead of going, okay, I might get down in time, he's like, screw it, I'm going down.
I'll take the fight.
Yeah,
I'll go
going
out
with
with a blaze
bang.
of glory, yeah. And what a blaze of glory he goes down in, because he doesn't go down. That's the blue. He gets the blaze of glory. But there's no going down in a blaze of glory. That's the best way.
He just, set to building a light, arson, and just run. You know, he gets
arson
away.
And run. It's like the new extreme version of Knockdown Ginger. Arson and run.
What is that? Did you get?
No, you never played that. I mean, I think you call it something different.
I was like, you never played that? They just beat me up in the playground all the time and called it Knockdown Ginger. You know?
Nah, man.
Fisticuffs or something. Wow, we need to talk about your childhood, Harry.
You know, it's like when you knock on someone's door and then you run away. I think you call it like knock, run or
knock
something.
and run.
Yeah, man. I remember.
Why would you call it Knockdown
Me and you
Ginger?
spoke about this before, and last time
I hate where you're from.
We're from the same place, man.
I hate where you're from.
We're brothers.
Two brothers. And then a meteor hit.
And they ran. Right.
Into the B site.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. This bomb dropped back, and you can see actually Zeta's just been tasked with picking that up. He's going to rejoin the rest of his team over here towards B. Arnold's on the other side and joined by 789.
Oh.
Well, Fox is actually rather the man here with the AUG. Yeah. Scope the rifle keeping an eye on the upper push, and actually he will get dropped by HSK. This leaves Myrolls here alone. Zion's coming back in on this attempted Ivy flank, but it might not matter. The Ivy flanks come in, but everyone else over towards the inner bomb site is dead. Zion left up in a 1v4, and even though he might have the element of surprise, as this clock ticks down, ALPHA Red going to be very aware that this player could be coming in from Ivy. This is the same round that MVP attempted to run just a couple ago, so they're really not leaving much to the illusion here. 10 seconds left, no chance to get the bomb plant, so Zion's just got to give this up, and ALPHA Red, they'll be onto a fourth round here.
Yeah, they'll take that every day of the week. No flashbangs down on that B bomb site, and Myrolls can just line up 3 kills for free. And as said, I mean, they definitely knew that flank was coming through. It's not the first time that he's pulled that already in this T side. And that kind of flank only works if you get the entries on B. If you get a post plant, that's when it can be activated. But yeah, no chance for Zion to get anything done. He saves a weapon. That will be it. MVP, they should be important. It should be important they don't fool themselves into buying here. They need to eco and get guns soon, because right now ALPHA Red is sweeping the floor with them. 4-1 up on the CT side, looking like they're not stopping. And MVP, well, they've had a stop. They've had a tactical pause.
Chance just to slow things down, try and compose yourself. I mean, you know, you think back to the both the NA and EU minors, and we did see upsets in these initial games, and either side of the group, right? If you recall, in EU, the big surprising factor was Mousesports dropping down to that lower bracket.
Sure.
Almost getting eliminated, let's not forget.
Pretty close.
And they were actually able to then, you know, go, not like flawless, but, you know, they're able to come back from that lower bracket. They were able to go on a big old run.
That's the thing. I think that how the way they turn it around, you know, from struggling against teams like No Chance to then just like dominating North, like they really flipped the nail on its head. Is that saying? Flip the nail on its head? That doesn't sound right. Either way, they came back very well during that tournament, and I will be excited to see where they go with this lineup. For now, well, MVP are hitting the A site. It's just that one rifle has made it to E-Box effectively, but they realize now they do, it's already been taken out of the picture, and with that gun so out in the open, plus a Molotov sectioning off Stacks, there's no way to get that weapon. ALPHA Red making it difficult for MVP, who are just going to walk into B. One man here means a bomb plant is possible, but anything past that, probably getting optimistic.
Oh, I don't. Smoke now falling at ramp. That is just devastation station here for MVP. They pump the brakes.
This upper play has not been working for them, Harry.
Nah, they're going to go back to it. They get one player down, and that is Z2. He's trying to get the bomb down. I admire the bravery to stick the bomb plant. Obviously, that's all he really wanted to get from that round. He knows if he takes gunfights, the odds of him winning anything very low. They just want the money.
Well, that's the thing. You say they just want the money, but every time they've come out heaven, they've just taken gunfights. Like, I guess at some angles you have to, right? If they're at the back, like if they're straight in front of you and you come out of heaven, you've got to take that fight. You've got to kill that player or you're dead. But if they're connected, you can try. If you have a numbers game where you push 3 players out of there, you can get a couple down on the site if you jump and you move around in the air. MVP just taking gunfights, and they're not winning them, Harry. It's not the MVP we know and love. That being said, ALPHA Red are making them work for it, and I'm all for that. Fox quickly in the pop dog. He's going to go ahead of the Molotov. They've got him cornered. They've got him boxed in. They just need to kill him. Nade going up, kills Stacks. Zeph with no train in sight, and Fox is going to get a chance to back off. That is unaccounted for.
Yeah, he's running. And now they put 789 up in position over here in the pop dog. Fox is still putting up damage. 789 surprises Zeph. And MVP, they're on the ropes now. 1-on-4 here for Zine at Mac 10 in hand. Definitely not the gun you want. And there's KNTZ to lay him to rest, rather. Round goes the way of ALPHA Red. And I mean, what a performance it's been from these guys. And I'm liking the mid-round calls, the adjustments that they're throwing in. That decision from Foxes to rotate out. They set up 789. As you see Foxes start to pounce with that AUG, it all just gets thrown into chaos because they know that they just had him trapped over in the pop dog. They hear him rotate out of position. So I like that little bait and switch setup there over in pop, and it really does just blindside MVP.
The question is, where do MVP go from here, right? They've tried fast outer plays, they've tried fast inner plays, they've gone for slow inner plays with an Ivy lurk. I mean, you've really kind of exhausted a lot of ideas here, and you're not getting much for it. So looking to speed it up on the outer side again with pistols, but it's just going to go about as badly as the rest of the rounds. 2 kills coming through for KNTZ, and aggression from one more man, HSK getting caught. So this is just a done round once again. And the nades, continuing to just tear MVP limb from limb. 20 HP on Zeph. Stacks is coming in through T-Con. Smoke to try and draw attention to the pop dog. Stacks missed shot. Oh, he follows up. Fox gets taken down. 789 shutting him down though, and there's nowhere for Zeph to go but out.
And all that's really left for Zeph to do here is the honourable thing. And take some boys down with him. There goes 789. Zeph still hungry for frags. He's going to go back and grab this bomb. Double B set up here for ALPHA Red, and one man inside of the A bomb site. That is KNTZ. If Zeph's able to win this fight, there's a small window of opportunity where maybe he gets his bomb down, but it's not going to happen. 7-1 lead for ALPHA Red here. MVP bye coming up in the next round. Hugo, for me personally, I want to see MVP slow things down in the beginning of these rounds. You know, try and grind out some of this utility, because a lot of these plays that we've been seeing have been coming on in kind of like, you know, almost like a cool off of spawn. Like, you know, they've already made the decision to head towards a bomb site. Maybe, you know, we've seen a couple of slow starts and then a build up into like B plays. That was how they got that first round, the only round that they've got over on this T side.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind just seeing a slower default. You grind out some of that utility. You leave ALPHA Red with nothing to retake these bomb sites or hold off these bomb sites with. And then maybe just culminate it all into a B-side play. They've been able to get into the bomb site a hell of a lot. You don't have to fight the man over in connector, especially if you've got all the utility that the MVP are going to have coming into this round. So I feel like, maybe we do just see a bit more of a slower round here now from MVP. I'm hoping that's what we see at least.
I think it'd be nice to see them start playing reactively to what ALPHA Red are doing in their default, right? Think about the little plays, the little ways ALPHA Red have had to get aggressive. We've seen, B main pushes. We've seen that pop dog play. Like, just play reactive at this point. Don't necessarily go into the round with a too stringent game plan. Just default, see what ALPHA Red do, try and deal with it, and then get your mid round under control. But you can see already, this time they are at least taking map control. Zeph, scared of the close ramp push once again. Myros did throw that smoke, but he didn't commit.
One thing you got to give some credit to ALPHA Red for at this point in time, though, is they've been switching up this CT side hold round after round. It's been so hard to predict if you're MVP. Because you think about it, every time we've seen these A hits come in, there's been such a fast rotation from this B bomb site. Myros has just kind of been that man up for rotations, but we've also seen 789 have a couple of rounds over towards that bomb site. And yeah, it's down through ramp. You've got all this utility for MVP, and they just go walking in. That's the bomb given up now. Myros trying to hold off the bomb site. Will get timinged, and that's that bomb plant now found.
Zeph did also get deep out of heaven, so he's actually pressured the connected players back. That's allowed for a bomb plant and a 3-on-3. He may be tagged, but this is still the best situation MVP have had in a while. Flank coming through for Fox, but it is being covered by Zion, who will just go back to group with his teammates. That could be a very unfortunate timing here for MVP. And ALPHA Red, are they even considering this right now? You can see already players looking to save, and now they definitely will. KNTZ getting AWP'd out of the round, and Olivia is running. Fox trying to win his fight on B. The nade will be good for damage, and he will at least finish it off, but no round going the way of ALPHA Red this time. It's MVP finding their second. Fox needs to run. He should just be okay, though. So MVP starting to come alive here on the T side, starting to fix some of the problems, but still a long way from home. That's unfortunate timing for Myros as well. That's the thing. MVP have just been going down this B ramp with no flashbangs. Like, it works for the first kill, right? They drop, they get a 1-for-1. And I guess they follow up and get a 1-for-1. But if Myros doesn't look to his left there, he wins that second fight every day. He's been tearing through MVP. So, yeah, I'd like to see some actual utility usage here on the T side. But let's see what happens.
Ooh, well. The utility might not have been the answer. It might be Zeta on this AWP, because since getting that in hand, he's been so impactful. And we haven't really seen it over on this T side. Already in this round, he's opened up with that kill onto 789. And if you're MVP, in the back of your mind, you are considering, that 789 has mostly been playing over towards that B bomb site. And so this will leave Myros here on his own for the time being. MVP setting up. This looks like the A play here. You've got 3 players back towards main. Zeta's just keeping an eye on it for the time being. They're keeping an eye on any Ivy aggression. Still got players here with smokes and flashbangs to throw this set piece into the A bomb site. And Zeta and Zeph will clear out Pop Dog for the split. So MVP, this is very much feeling like it should culminate in this A-side play.
ALPHA Red have read this, though. They just boosted Olivia up into the connector with that AWP, and the fact that Myros has not been pressured at all on B all rounds means not only does he have full utility, but he's going to be able to flank. He knows that the B play isn't coming through. He's spotting at 30 seconds, and now with MVP blanketing the bomb site utility, he can start to come in for the rotate. Zeph, though, another entry kill, and now 4-on-3 as a trade comes through. 28 seconds, and this plant needs to happen.
Molotov gonna burn down HSK, but he does manage to get the bomb planted. 5 points of health left. Olivia finally following up with that kill. Zion was spotted there as well, moving into Old Hell. A 3v3 post plant. ALPHA Red, they only know where one of these 3 players are for the side of MVP, and with that open bomb plant that HSK was able to grab, this is a tricky retake here for ALPHA Red. Flash goes out. Zion's going to find one on the back of it, but it's KNTZ and Olivia to quickly turn this around. Stax is wondering where the rest of his team have gone. Making noise. They tap the bomb. They line up, but not quite. He does manage to get KNTZ off the bomb. Kill comes through, and there's no time for the defuse. The round goes the way of MVP. All the players dying on the T side, and KNTZ just able to hold on to this AWP. Still a buy here for ALPHA Red, and this actually leaves MVP in a pretty dire spot. You can bring that AWP out at the very least. But, I mean, you look at what the rest of the squad are going to have around it, and it's not great. Zine might be able to alleviate some of that, but I'm curious to see how much utility they get to bring with them into this round. What's the purchasing situation going to look like? And it's not great.
No. That flash from Stax was nuts. Didn't actually do anything, but he threw it from inside of the pop dog up top, bouncing off this wall, and it comes out of the window. That's really sick. I've not seen that in a while, really, but came to no effect. Ooh, this is close. Fox is playing with fire right now, but no one's watching it. He could catch timing up that ladder. Very risky to do so. But 789 throwing in utility as well. So putting pressure, but not necessarily committing. KMTZ spamming that boost spot, but Ivy's going to be Molotov'd off, and that gives room for Zine to move through. Those flames are so annoying to shoot through. You can't always see, and he's not going to be able to get the kill as a result. Zine bounding out of that position and going back towards a B play, fast and furious. Myro's caught with the timing. Olivier having to step up, and he does drop the second player, plus tagging HSK. That bomb gets planted, but the nade, the Molotov, forcing him into the open, and ALPHA Red are just tearing MVP apart.
Yeah, Zeta and Zine still left up, and Zeta has been so good on this AWP. Smoke down on the bomb, and they're sticking it. No one's peeking. No one's peeking. And so this round is over. Olivia with 3. Big round from him. 8-3 now. ALPHA Red continuing to build upon this lead in their CT side. Big round from this man. Even getting the collateral there, bringing HSK down to 17 points of health. Molotov picture perfect to force him out into the open. A timeout now called in, and you understand why, right? You win that previous round as well. If you're your MVP, you reduce your loss bonus a tiny bit. You invest everything into that round prior, so their money's looking pretty dire at this point in time.
It's not the end of the world, right? It's still CT Train. 8-3 isn't the most ridiculous scoreline, but considering, you know, I don't want to say like MVP are huge favorites here, but they are definitely favorites without a doubt. So, you know, coming into this game, I think many would have the expectation that they'd be a little higher up right now, especially considering they did pick between Train or Vertigo, so they knew what was coming, Harry. Maybe Vertigo was right all along. I don't know. We'll see. Still time for them to come back in the half. It's got to be here and now, though. Rifles are out. AWP saved from the previous round on the hands of Zeta. But Olivia, as you say, has already been tearing through players, so not the fight that you're going to be too eager to take. Fast A, Smokes covering the bomb site. Not necessarily a push off the back of it here for MVP. Just trying to force out utility and get Zeph into position. He has found that, though. Pushing all the way to E-Box. Flashed in deeper, but the boost is up. Oh, he's found himself into the smoke. I think they spotted it. KNTV needs to be aware of it. 789's got his back covered. More players spotted coming out through T-Con as well. Olivia has open rain here, but he can't lay down any connecting shots. Zeta's going to be the only AWP finding success. Fox pushing above the smoke, and this is just a mess on the A bomb site. Trades coming back and forth. MVP still standing, though.
Yeah, now trying to get this bomb down. HSK will move to plug in those numbers. Getting wall banged, and there's Foxes to finish him off. Zine has had a pretty big round from the Ivy position. But he's also been eliminated. Defeud's being held once again. Here's Zeta forced down into the open and finished off by Myrolls. The 9th round for ALPHA Red. They recover that 3-on-3 retake very, very well. They keep everyone alive that headed into it. And that's very, very clean. And for me, like, you know, this is the thing, is it's very easy to say, oh, it's T-side Train, but I do just think ALPHA Red, they've been looking incredibly polished. The rotations have been good. The decision-making's been almost perfect in a lot of these rounds. What you think about whenever these pushes have come in, and it does always feel like MVP are walking into a stack. And that's because for the most part they are. You know, it just feels ALPHA Red are reading this very, very well at this point in time. It's
not even just a stack there, right? Like MVP, their last round strategy was, okay, we're going to throw a lot of flashes. We're going to get HSK deep in the side of the site. He's going to play smokes, and ALPHA Red are not going to know what hit them. But they catch it. They spot him moving through. It's this boost up in the connector from Olivia that gets the information, spots him walk through the smoke. 789 has it covered. ALPHA Red just very aware of what MVP are trying to do in these buy rounds. Bit of an Ivy push in this one, but it is going to culminate down towards B. If they go with no flashes again and they get mowed down, I can only say it's deserved. 1 for 1 immediately coming through, but the damage, the HP is so low. It set Fox up for a bit of a challenge, and he's already started off. First kill coming through, the trade from Zeta, but he's so close, and there's another man on the site. Zeta just keeping this round alive for MVP, and the flank is finally going to come into effect.
Yeah, Olivia blindsided, and now KNTZ actually getting that trade, bringing it back to a 1v1. Zeta, 2 kills to his name, has to get the hat-trick, has to complete it with 3, and he will as he swings out. Another round for MVP locked in. A round that it didn't really feel like they had much of a business picking up. When that bomb site push comes in, you know, you lose a good 250 HP across those players pushing down the ramp. But they're still able to hold on, and it is Zeta once again. Big round from him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it worked, which is great, but if that didn't, this half could have really fallen apart for them. This would have been 10-3 up with no money, so a big saving grace from Zeta. And still time to close this one out. It would be 9-6. That would be a very strong T-side half, considering how this game started. Olivia getting aggressive with the AWP. Now playing solo B, it allows for a quad A setup because he's so pushed. Ooh, someone spotted it though. Missed shot. Olivia's got to give it up, and that's going to force a rotation back towards the B site. Myro's coming in for support, but MVP have loved B this map so far, so it's unsurprising to see this setup. Olivia playing very far back, but they're already out upper. They're already onto the site. His teammate's got to step up, and Myros does catch a player moving in through the ramp smoke. In fact, he'll hide himself in it instead. Fully blinded, getting the kill to Zeta, and Zion in a 1-on-4 again. He's always in the back lines, always lurking, but I don't think he's going to be able to close this one out.
Yeah, he's just surrounded. You look at that mini-map, and they were closing in. 10-4 now, and a chance at an 11-4 half here for ALPHA Red. You know, that's far better than I ever imagined they would come out the gates with. Looking impressive, holding their own.
Ooh, this was messy. He got it. Anyone's game there. I mean, look at this buy. You know, Zeta's dropped over an AK, and he's got a Deagle with no armor.
Man, that's a real hero move. Yeah. Like, you know, he's been outperforming everyone else on the squad, and then he's the man to drop an AK over. Olivia spotted out, trying to push the upper halls, actually, is to give this up and fall back. I was hoping that seeing some aggression over towards B might prompt MVP to slow this round down a bit, and actually, it looks like it just might have. They were setting up smokes and flashes outside of A here. But now it does look like they've changed their mind. Ooh. 7-8-9 pushing up towards main. Will he be ready for HSK? Holding close. He certainly seems ready. Could look for Foxes inside of that bomb site to set him up with a flashbang if he wanted to go for this aggression.
HSK's barely paying attention. He's just chilling. Ooh. He gets it. All part of the plan, Harry. He was scratching his head a couple of seconds ago, so lucky he didn't get caught with the timing there. Bomb dropped and spotted, most importantly, so rotates can come back in towards A. Fox continues to get aggressive. HSK holding down, but not for long. Zeph coming through, and he's going to meet a similar fate. 4 HP the difference. That just softens up these targets, and KNTZ looking to lay down the pain train. Stacks with the trade. It's still a 2-on-2, but Zion is so close to connector, and they'll double peek him. What a way to end the half. 11-4 for ALPHA Red. They have really impressed us at the start of today. It is early days, yes, but 11 rounds on the CT side of train is a fantastic beginning. Let's see if they can keep it up. Let's see if they can do quite the same on their T side. We're going to head to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Well, currently, it's my rolls on the high rolls. It's his team showing up. ALPHA Red 11-4. And MVP, their biscuits looking a little limp at this point in time, Hugo. They're on the back foot. 4 rounds over on their T side. Very much recoverable now moving into their CT half. The one kind of question mark for me is this pistol round is now weighted to decide so much of this game, right? If you're MVP and you lose the pistol and then you lose your chances at either force buying or that first rifle round, this could be over, right? Like that's a pretty terrifying spot to be in. Pistol rounds always feel 50-50 either way. So, you know, it's certainly not going to be the most comfortable of situations to be in.
That being said, Harry, it is an Asian minor game. I've seen plenty of these, so don't assume that this is going to be a 16-4. There's a very good chance this could go all 30 rounds still. So we're gonna keep it up in the air. We're gonna keep it under question. We're gonna keep on keeping on. Pistol round here for the CT side of MVP. Do or die, essentially. 5 bits of armor, in fact, and a good bit of utility for this B side for ALPHA Red. Now MVP are playing retake without a kit. This could be a problem in the foreseeable future. There's a lot of utility to get these T players back onto the site. Double pop flank available, though. No one watching it as well. 789 fakes and footsteps. But the reason that no kit is important is because MVP are playing very passive on B, but they do have this double flank to you know, kind of allow them to shave off some time on the retake. But they're going to need some players to do so. Fox finding the opener. He gets himself very aggressive. Bomb plant is open as well. But here's the flank. They do actually catch him. They don't catch the kills. HSK will 1. He gets traded, but they spot the second man in. They don't know Zion is pushed so deep, and MyRolls hits a shot. And 3-on-2 in the post plant. MVP are scratching for anything.
Oh, but this flank from Zeph. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! And Foxes with 4 kills. What a pistol round from him. My word, he's been a bit of a beast throughout the entire first half, and that continues now moving into the T side of things. 4 kills in such an important pistol round. Now we're sitting up 12-4. ALPHA Red. They're looking so damn good. And Foxes, what a performance he's having. 21-8. I'm loving watching this ALPHA Red squad, honestly.
I mean, there's so much competition in this Asian minor and so many question marks for some of the teams that we have seen before, like with new rosters or little changes. And so now that being brought into question, I mean, already we're being impressed by a team in a game that I didn't think they'd win, Harry. I thought MVP would have this in the bag, but ALPHA Red have really surprised us here. Force buy for MVP. They are looking to shut it down early, but all this is going to do is leave them in a bigger hole if they don't win it. Bit of a bait setup here, 4 stacks. Crossing back. If anything, the scout playing on the left side does force Alpha to check close left. They're probably going to see stacks here. There's no flashbang to get him into position. He's caught with the smoke out. Spray control for 789. He finds them both. Great work. That is a bit of an error from MVP there, and they're going to pay the price of their life. The flank is coming in on B, but the T's are all over A right now.
Oh, and Zion getting caught pushing in through B. Yeah, he spots that bomb, but you can see ALPHA Red, they kill that man pushing around into the back line, and now they decide, well, we might just hit this B bomb site, but it's all a ruse. And that works. They slow down just for a second, and that puts the seed of doubt in the minds of MVP. They move Zeph over towards the B side of things, and he's now here alone. Bomb plant coming in over towards A. For Zeta, he might just want to think about holding on to the Galil, and that's never really a sentence you want to hear at this point in time if you're over in this MVP squad. But actually getting handed that 1 kill, I was going to say might tempt them, but with Zeph falling, Zeta knows this round's all said and done. ALPHA Red going to move up to a 13-4 scoreline. Zeta's certainly making this expensive at the very least. I'd love to get his hands on that AK, but he won't be able to. 13-4, Hugo. And with the decision to force buy in that round, MVP in a pretty dire spot, right? You can buy some armor up behind Zeta on this Galil. You can get a couple of pistols here and there, but you don't want to be force buying into this round.
Well, little mainstream update for you as well, Harry.
We love him.
Greyhound 11-4 up right now against Energy, the South Africans. Looking to take down the Aussies with a bit of Ireland in there as well. Of course, you have to remember Neil M. Can't forget that man. But that's all over on the mainstream. Dominant stuff to start off the day here, but let's see if that game closes up. This one, I'm not so sure. They're going to have to win the next rifle round. That'll be up against 14-4. That'll be backs against the wall. one player holding B upper this round. It's Zeta with a Galil up aggressive, but as soon as he spots the amount of players that he's about to see, he's going to have to run. That is an unfortunate double peek there coming through. He gets tagged very low. Does have a good position, but a wide swing not going to work. Fox just has to hit one bullet, and that's the only weapon for MVP taken out of the MVP rotating fully towards B. They might try and go and grab that Galil before the B site gets executed upon, but ALPHA Red are probing A right now. Ooh.
Yeah, look at 7, 8, 9. Oh, he's not. KNCZ steals it away.
Uh-oh.
And Fox is getting pressured.
Oh, no, they won't past him.
Zion's gone past him. No! Dearie me.
Not like this.
Fox is padding the stats. He's almost dead. Surely they got to get him. This can't all be for nothing. Come on, there's more players coming in, and oh no, Zeph, this has gone from being like, you know, maybe he gets, maybe he finally gets the trade.
Double boosted.
But look at this, man. Look at the mini-map. Look at this situation, Zeph. He knows he's screwed. He's looking at this like, yeah, well, boys, it was fun. 14-4. 3 kills for Foxes in that round. He really has just come into his own since moving into this T side. He was already having a great game. And now that he decides when and where he's taking these gunfights, we really are just seeing him come into his own.
Not always when and where. Sometimes they're behind him, you know. Sometimes it's out of his control, Harry. But
sometimes the frags come to him.
Yeah.
And that's a nice feeling.
Certainly. I mean, at this scoreline, everything's a nice feeling. 14-4. I mean, even if, you lose a round, you've got a whole 10-round buffer. So no worry here for ALPHA Red. And this is where the game should be theirs. Let's see if MVP can do something with this only rifle round they've had. Remember, they forced after losing pistol. That put them in a bit of a hole. But it does at least allow them to get this AWP coming into their first quote-unquote rifle round. Zeta playing connector. He's going to have that B rotate available, and he'll need it. Zion's ready with a Molotov to throw down the second he spots any player. Not quite the molly you'd hope for, but it will still stop them in their tracks for the time being. Smoke in front of it as well, but ALPHA Red, they look like they want to go right through that. Oh, that could be chunky. Nice.
Oh, yeah, that is
100
damage nade, yeah. Big nade from Zion getting thrown up through the ramp. That still hasn't deterred ALPHA Red. They still look like they want to commit to this. Smoke out through upper. They try and push down, and Zeta will shut down that first man. Zion following up, but quickly traded by 789. Bomb plant can now look to come in. MVP, 4v3 retake here in towards this inner bomb site, and now the bomb going down. It's planted for ramp, but there's a flank coming in. Pushing around in the back line, that's Olivia going on this wrap in through the connector. Now, the one thing to bear in mind is that HSK is on a wrap of his own, but as it gets down to the 2v2, this is now very tricky indeed for MVP.
Oh, you've seen it.
Oh, Stacks with the turnaround, the defuse held, and the wrap from HSK worth its weight in gold there. It's shutting down the players inside of the site.
The worst part was 789 spotted that ramp flank right before he jumped up to face that oil train player. That was, very much MVP reading into the situation, going, okay, we can only see one more player on the site. We haven't seen this guy for ages. We full flank spawn. They have to have a flanker. They have to have a lurker. They read it well. I mean, it's something that MVP did so much on their T side, sending Zion late in through that connector on the B wrap. But it won't work out. It's going to be the round for the Koreans. They live to fight another day, Harry. 5-14. And as a result, that's great, because now they can actually get a real buy. I mean, full utility and everything behind it. That was something they were lacking, but now no longer going to be a problem. Great nades early on. But we still have this AWP on Olivia. Not seen a whole lot of Olivia's AWP in this game. It's been so dominant, so quick, but maybe as things start to get interesting, we can see the battle of the AWPs.
ALPHA Red looking like they might want to try and contend for Pop Dog. This is already screaming. I was going to say an A hit, but actually, as you see that bomb now rotating away and with a player set up down towards the Ivy position, this actually might be the B split with a late lurk in through Ivy.
It's a classic right now. Both these teams are just running every T-side round.
Thing is, notice the adjustment here from MVP. They've doubled up in the Pop Dog. They've stuck 2 players here. These wraps can come in very, very fast now. With no one dedicated to holding this flank, with no one watching the Pop Dog, ALPHA Red could be in for a world of hurt. They do actually send a man back. It's Foxes. Sixth Sense.
The big thing is, if ALPHA Red had an Ivy lurk, they would win the round. There's no one watching Ivy. MVP are completely elected to give it up. The B player was watching Spawn. Now he's coming back to B because Zion's being pressured. Zeta does kill a man moving down the ramp, but Zion's still here. And that pop dog flank coming through with success. KNTZ needs to watch his backline. They're running back 15 seconds, trying to kill these flanking players, but getting mullered in the box halls instead. That was a very, very odd round, and MVP were completely aware of what was going down.
And now a timeout called on in for ALPHA Red. I mean, what was once like a big lead, the pressure was kind of easing off somewhat. Now gets a lot more dicey. They're kind of feeling how MVP started to feel once you can kind of tell the game is no longer in your hands, right? You're kind of playing at the mercy of your opposition. And it has been MVP one step ahead of the curve since moving into this CT side.
I mean,
one thing I will say, that ladder flank up through Pop Dog,
yeah,
very fortunate because there was a player keeping an eye on it, and I think it was HSK coming up the ladder, actually kills someone on the ladder as he's like flinging up to the top, just spraying to try and trade his teammate. If that kill didn't come in, if that little bit of RNG hadn't gone the way of MVP, could have been a very different round. So I guess in that sense, if you're ALPHA Red, you're looking at that one, you know it was a bit unfortunate and that really should have been your round to say. But it was also kind of a fair amount of...
Yeah. Can't win them all, Harry.
Yeah, exactly, man. You can't. You can't. And this round, it is just the eco from ALPHA Red. They want to try and get this bomb down. I'm hoping we just see a 4-man explosion down through the ramp or something along those lines, or maybe something at this A-bomb site. We haven't really seen ALPHA Red try this A side of things yet.
That's a good point. I don't blame them. 3 players here ready with the order Zeph, but it's HSK to find the first play moving out of T-Con. Now we might see them go back towards B, but they've got to watch out of what lurks on the other side. Zion, oh, he jump spot, he got info, and they had their turn. He's got a line up there. That's 2. Bomb dropped as well. ALPHA Red not covering their backs. And these 2 players, well, they've got Glocks and they're a T-Con. No point going back to the bomb. Just push out and die. This round is over. At least try and make it interesting. Unlikely that's going to be happening. 7 rounds here for MVP. The best part about that is, of course, keeping it flawless, meaning money is now no longer an issue for the rest of the game, for them at least. Because, of course, 2 rounds away from a loss. So they're always going to be able to buy up. And talking of buying up, ALPHA Red have come back in with the big guns, the AWP for Olivia. And they want to shut this down before the comeback proves to be an issue.
Oh, and had double AWP set up here for MVP. I didn't really get to see too much of it in the round prior, but this round, Olivia, the AWP for ALPHA Red, getting brought down by the utility early on. Myrols is watching for any aggression over here towards B. Zion's up on top of this smoke, and for the time being, that's unknown. Flash goes in. Zion starting to push up, actually decides against it. Doesn't spot anyone there on his push into the upper halls. And I wonder, yeah, that's going to prompt the rotation of Zeta away from this B bomb site.
It's a really nice way of slowing down any kind of B execute, right? Because they just clear it out. They realize that, okay, it's clear right now. We can send 4 players A, and then Zion goes back to this position that you'll sometimes see at the start of the round that is forced off within 20 seconds. Well, now it's a minute mark and he's only falling off. Does get tagged on the retreat, though, and just that fight, just that pressure being put down on B ramp, calls a rotate back towards B. So MVP moved that AWP into the site, but I mean, ALPHA Red, where do you go from here? 3 players standing, bomb still in spawn. You've got T-Con fully covered by this AWP as well. There's stacks here with HSK. But he's having to pivot between that and the Ivy. In 30 seconds, ALPHA Red just going to go for an execute into the site. Might even just walk through dry, see what they can get. Is KNTZ lining up a smoke from spawn, or are they saving? Because it could be either, and it's probably a save.
Yeah, this is a save, which, you know, definitely not what you want to be doing. But, you understand it, right? ALPHA Red, they're still sitting on this, 6-round lead at this point in time. At least it will be when this round goes through. So, yeah, you're still sitting with 6 rounds to play with. Ooh, you're able to keep 3 of these guns up. Foxes and Olivia, sure, they're going to look limited into this round, but it gives you another chance here.
still, Harry, this big old lead that ALPHA Red were holding is slowly but surely sneaking away. It's not a problem yet, but...
And I feel like, this is where if you're ALPHA Red, you come into this as the underdogs, you come into this versus a team that you've never actually beaten before all the times that you played historically. This is where you can kind of now start to get in your own head because you've been 2 rounds away from closing this game out for a while now. You had that lead, you had a huge bank built up, and at this point, this is where you're going to start saying, well, they're doing what they always seem to do, which is...
win.
Yeah, coming back against us. And this round now, bit of a switch up. Ivy looking to be the first point of contact maybe for ALPHA Red. 2 players here. One of those will be Olivia on that AWP.
MVP have been doing such a good job of getting these AWP opening kills, something that ALPHA Red never had, but never needed, really. Just these very slow-paced rounds for ALPHA Red. I'd love to see them throw a Hail Mary, a quick B player, outside execute. Not these slow defaults, because it's just not working. Fox, if he stands up, he'll see the head of HSK. Or let go of that crouch button. He has. Actually, he hasn't seen him. Just below. Oh, he knows he's there. There's the angle. Oh, no, HSK hitbox change. That could have been a kill. Now it's anything but. 5 on 3, 789 trying to walk through Ivy, but this AWP is just holding him back. Olivia's trying to respond with his own, but is it going to be another save? It's certainly looking possible. KNTZ is out of there. And ALPHA Red, these slow defaults continue to be their own demise.
And at this point, I don't even know if you want to be going for a save here if you're ALPHA Red, right? Because on these 2, like, it's all well and good holding guns forward a bit, but there's not going to be money to buy in this coming round for the rest of the squad. And on top of that, your 2 players with rifles don't get any cash as a result of saving. So you've got this one flashbang, and I mean, even then, they're getting hunted. There's players coming this way. They do hold on to the AWP, and now if you're Olivia, yeah, he'll just tuck himself in. So the weapon's held forward at the very least. I just hope this doesn't lull ALPHA Red into a buy in this round.
I think they could throw a
partial
bit of,
investment.
a bit of pistol armor on their 3 players that did die rather.
But then,
go for a B play, get a plant, and
so
here's the full buy.
Here's the problem with that. You have to get the bomb down in B if you want to lock in your buy. If you don't get the bomb plant, then it's a very dicey subject as a result of these 2 players saving. You had $50, I think it was, on one of them, and like 150 on the other. So, even with max loss coming in without that bomb plant, you won't have a purchase in this next round. So that is why I feel like maybe you could get lulled into a buy here if you're ALPHA Red. And the other thing is, with how MVP have been playing at this B bomb site, I feel like it could be pretty tricky just to go for this B play. I really see it going one of 2 ways, right? Either you just get shut down the moment you try and hit B by this early aggression MVP have been throwing in, or MVP don't throw in the aggression. They slow it right down. They fall back into this bomb set and actually negate everything I was saying. So, for Red, maybe a chance to find something here.
Again, slow start, though, just waiting for early kills to be given their way. And that's something that MVP is just not doing. They're not making mistakes. They're not giving picks to this T side. Bit of a fake drop from iRolls. He actually gets info that Zeph is there, but they don't have a Molotov to clear him out. Just one bit of utility in this round, Harry. A singular flashbang. Not exactly rich couple of players, but KNTZ, that's an opening kill, falling into the pop dog. They do find Zeph, and a gun's been retrieved. You don't have to rush off the back of that, but 789, he's found a timing. HSK, shadow spotted, but the deagle won't work out for Fox. Olivia does trade, managed to catch Zion, get aggressive on B, and they're just waiting for this flank to come through so they can hit the A site. Faking B with utility. This is a masterful plan, and 789 does get that kill on A. Bomb getting picked back up, and the outer execute coming through. The only question mark is HSK.
Yeah, the only man who can do anything about this play. And actually, that one kill coming in on a 789 has slowed this round down. HSK, 4 kills to his name. He's on for the ace. He does have Zeta now rotated around to help him out. The bomb's been retrieved. 20 seconds left, and it's got to cross. It's got to get into this bomb site. KNTZ swinging out, but it's HSK with the ace. MVP, another round. One man is all that was needed to hold back ALPHA Red there as the A play tried to come in.
That was such a perfect play from ALPHA Red as well. They did everything right, Harry, except they lined up in the T-con. They slowed down, and HSK just fires off rounds into their chest. I mean, that is unbelievable that one player has completely shut down a 2-on-4 with an ace. 2-on-5, rather. MVP still standing here at 10 rounds on the CT side, and it's all thanks to one man. This 14-4 scoreline, Harry, well, that's eluded us. And we did say it could happen. We did say there's a very good chance it would happen, and right now it is happening. Pop flash to the top of B. Zeta holding, but Zine running because smokes are hitting the A site very, very fast. 7 waiting for that push. HSK, he's still in the site. If they can get rid of him, maybe it'll be their first round in a while. But they can't do even that. Fox going for the plant and just missed on the spray. HSK getting taken down through the smoke. 4-on-3 here. All the advantage to ALPHA Red and another kill to their name. Surely this is how they break the curse.
No, it definitely should be Zeph pushing up, but yeah, he doesn't find anything. Everyone falling. ALPHA Red, it's match point, 15-10. They finally do it. And you do feel like, you know, even though you lose that 4v2 in the round prior, even though you throw that away with the back, you know, on the back of an ace from HSK, it was an important confidence boosting round, right? You only had a very limited buy going into it. You get it to such a close scenario that should have been your round. And it feels like finally they figured out how to turn these flanks that Zine is throwing in into something that they can use to create an opportunity, as opposed to having him just shut them down. That round there, they were so ready for that flank through Pop Dog. And that was just a free kill almost for ALPHA Red. They were able to go a man up very early on the back of it. In this round, no different.
I love the change of pace in the previous round as well, right? These slow defaults, they've forgotten them. They've just gone for a fast outer play, and it works wonderfully. This time, they kind of do the same. They put a lot of pressure on A early, a side that they've not really had too much stake in this map. Or at least this half. They get a pick. So Olivia's taking down Zeph early on. Now, I mean, now you can just run your own game plan. Go back into your default. Force off this aggro B player that Stax is running right now. That might force a rotation. Even if it doesn't, it's going to waste utility and give you more positional advantage. And now, you could just exec into a 5-on-1 rather on this B site. You're going to win that site every time. Stax already given it up. And now ALPHA Red can just play the post plant once that plant comes through. Has been spotted. Stax went for the jump. Plants in, and lots of utility here for that post plant.
Yeah, on either side, it's not too often you see this much utility held this late into the round. Oh, and Zine, big kill to open up. Myrol's gone from his aggressive play up towards the oil train. Utility going in now, but this time is ticking away, and Olivia swinging out. Oh, there's 3. Looking for number 4. HSK will deliver the trade finally. 789 still alive, still inside of the bomb site. KNTZ helping him out, and it's Zeta alone. ALPHA Red, they will get the victory. They take it 16-10. They managed to get the job done. Finally, they see it.